Hello. Hey everyone, and welcome. It's Puff, just Puff today. Not a Puff and Pulse, just a Puff today. VoD review. So we are starting it up, Season 2, right now, here on Final Fantasy Randomizer Twitch channel. Hopefully everybody can hear me okay. This is the first time I've actually got, broadcasts onto Final Fantasy Randomizer. So hopefully it sounds okay. You guys can hear me decently over the music in the background. And let me move this over here. So this is for BeachDreaming, which here we are. That is his screen here. And we're going to play this at 1.5 speed. So 1.5 speed. That way we're not just you can kind of go over everything. So this is last week's. This is the Duckling Bootcamp Summer 2022 Week 1 seed. So this was the Duckling seed that just happened. I'm going to pull up the flag super quick. Music is a little loud since it's not game audio. But you can hear me okay over the music, correct? Oh, hey, Devious RNG. You can hear me fine? Okay, as long as you can hear me fine. Because you don't want to hear the audio on there because he's going to be playing it 1.5 times and it'll sound like crazy. So as long as you can hear my voice, then we're okay. And we're good. I'm very happy. I'm just happy to be here. Friggin' doing this VoD review. So let's figure out where we're starting here. Let's see here. It looks like pretty much right away. So let me pull up the flag super duper quick, only because I am interested. I've already forgot the flags from... Actually, I don't need to look at the flags. I know what they are. I'm so dumb. Anyway. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start this bad boy up. Holy crap, he really does start right away. All right, so there we go. That's a screen right there. All right, so yeah. So obviously, first thing first, we're going into Canaria. That I would not recommend this. The only reason why I wouldn't recommend it is because you can kill Garland and then get both items at the same time. So you're already conceding 20 seconds kind of right off the bat there. Grabbing the Ice 3, like it. I'm not sure how anyway, we'll talk about party later because I didn't see the blur scenes. Got life 2, so that's good that you brought the white mage there, but you have life there. That could have been good for the red mage if you had brought one. But again, I didn't see what the blur scenes were. I don't remember what they were. I did this and I totally don't remember. Anyway, so we're checking this. Probably don't need to check the with Ice 3. To be perfectly honest, with Ice 3, we don't need to check this item shop here or this weapon shop. I mean, that Saber plus 5 is pretty good, but Ice 3 is better. I kind of like that though. I kind of like killing the bridge boss right away. So you don't even have to think about it. So as Deadpulse likes to say, you want to be in and out of Canaria in 45 seconds and already taken out Garland around the 1 minute mark. So we're already 2 minutes in, a little slow, but again, it's for a newer player, so I totally get it. I do like the play there, Ice 3. But then see, right here, we didn't even turn in the crystal. We didn't do anything with what we got from the king. And the king, the only thing the king could have given us that would have been worth talking to him is a mass immune. And, that's a 1 in, 21 chance. It's not very good. So, again, grabbing stuff. Double dip of this item, of the weapon shop. Not ideal, kind of conceding time there. But again, I do get it. It's a brand new player here, so I'm just trying to go over, I guess, everything that would make you quicker. If you were... you can always reset out of the end there. So if you save there, doing either a hard or soft reset is quicker than waiting for the song to play and then walking out of the city and all this stuff. Yeah, meleeing the imps down with your mages, just use your Ice 3. You got plenty of Ice 3 charges that you'll have. You don't really need to worry about that. Or just run away from them. That's the other thing you could do. right, so ooh, that Pro Cape's nice. So yeah, checking the boxes. It's fine. Gonna turn in the crystal. Makes sense. Good routing. Bottle. Not great, but walk it out. All right, more imps. So these imps are ambush happy, and I know the flags you start off with like 10 tenths. First off, we shouldn't be taking these battles at this point. Like, what are we? We got to be like level. You got to be high level. And if we are going to take the battles, use the ice 3. But definitely don't melee with your mages. Like, run with them. Like, if you're not doing meaningful damage, then run with them. Coming back to Canary to save again. You've got tents. There's no real reason to do that. Again, this might be one of those situations where you probably just forgot that you have tents. Just fine. So yeah, if for sure if you know these imps are like ambush happy and stuff, try to get a feel for the encounter table. You know, like do a hard reset, see what happens, and then try to reset around them, because every time you get ambushed by a battle, it's just that much more time you're giving away. All right, goes in here, uses the ice 3. Good. Love it. Some dead pirates. Now we're level 5. TNT. Okay. Where do we go from here? All right, there's our key for sale. Now, so this is like one of those bad situations where if we had brought a thief along, like if we had a thief, because I think thief lockpicking is like level 15, it's pretty low. If we had a thief here, we wouldn't even need that key. We could just, not buy the key and get the level 15 on the thief. I do like picking up the silver bracelets. We have plenty of money. I can't see the money because his timer's in front of it, but I think he has enough money. Hopefully. Oh, just checking to see which one's better. Yeah, the silver +2 is better than the chain +1. The chain and the silver have the same absorb. It's just that chain has a much higher evade penalty. Alright, so we got harm 4. That's good on the white mage because, you know, it's basically like casting fade. It can't crit. Nothing else is worth picking up there. Thinking about what we're doing. The only spell here, Temper. Yeah, Temper's like in-game spell here. So it gives you that extra 14 to attack, which is huge. And it stacks too. So if you have 2 people that can cast Temper, that's, 28, and then if you can cast it again, that's even higher, and so forth and so on. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty monster. It's like one of the best spells you want to see early on, especially at level 2. So right now, it's just trying to think of what we're doing here, getting out of here. Ice 3 there. So yeah, again, I know I'm kind of beating this dead horse to death, but if you're playing for fun, obviously do whatever you want to, but if you are trying to learn how to be quick at the game, the main thing, especially early on here, especially at the levels that we're at, what are we, level 5? I mean, we don't really need to kill these wolves. Like, if we kill them, great, that's fine. It's perfect. But if we don't kill these wolves, it's like whatever as well. So definitely, I would say run, then ice 3 with your black mage. So run, ice 3, run. And if you run away, great. And if you don't, then you kill some wolves and get a little bit extra experience. Well, the black bolt has some sort of, I think it must have that 20% hit because he's already hitting 4. I gotta look at the flags. I don't remember what the portions were. It's like, a week ago. How am I supposed to remember anything that happened a week ago? shirt. Oh yeah, I remember this. This was like black shirt, and then I think it was like, yeah, Thor's hammer. It was like monstrous. So this is good AoE you could put on your black belt or your knight or your white mage or just anybody. You know, just give them something to do, especially with these early battles. You know, again, you can just Thor's hammer, run. Now it looks like the oh god. Moving some stuff around. Okay, turn in the TNT. That's where that dwarf up there is where you turn in the adamant. But obviously, probably figuring that out there. There's your ship. All right, cool. Yeah, so ship always spawns in the inner sea. Nearest where you find it. So obviously Dwarf Cave is going to spawn there in that dwarf area. Right? So again, I can't tell if we have 2,000 or 20,000. I guess we'll find out once we pick out Quad X. If we get Quad X. Quad X is good. I would have grabbed it. Definitely grabbed that spell. There's Cure 4 and Exit. That's good. So this was the... Okay, so it is 20,000. So the rule number 1 here... yeah, that you can find on the vanilla map. Exactly what Adam usually said. So, the number 1 rule for picking up, for picking up exit or warp, specifically exit, is to not put it in the front slot of anything. You always want whatever spell you're going to use the most to be in the front slot of that particular level. So, I feel like, you know, the other spell there, Cure 4, we would be using more often than Exit. Plus, you don't want to accidentally exit out of places by mismenuing. It's always better to have Exit and Warp like on, not that first slot there in your spell, you know, level or whatever. So I do like using the black shirt here. I like that a lot. May as well, you've got it. I'm not, you know, obviously it's not going to change. It's not like all of a sudden, you know, BeachDreaming is going to hear me from the past, from the future or whatever, and start, you know, run, black shirt, Thor's hammer. But again, if there's one thing, if there's any other Ducklings actually watching this, like one thing I can like beat into your head, you know, definitely there's no reason to like be meleeing through this. Like, you know, if you run away, great. If not, you know, then you can get your experience. Here on the overworld, especially overworld, there's no real reason to be taking a ton of overworld encounters, especially after like level 8, which is where it seems like we are at this point. The only battles that are really good overworld wise is maybe some Peds outside of Crescent if you're trying to get some early levels there, or of course the T-Rexes in the desert if you're trying to get a grind going. So do like going to Astos first before we go to Marsh Cave just to see what's up here. Because, you know, if it's like the canoe, then that opens up some stuff. But it's not, obviously. It's the chime. We have exit here, so this is one of those things you got to remember as a newer player. If you have exit or warp, it is way quicker to just exit your way around places. So, you know, even though it only takes about 5 seconds to walk out of, not even 5 seconds, like 3 seconds to walk out of Northwest Castle after you kill Astos, casting exits way quicker, and those seconds count up in a race. All right, so did hug the wall there. That was good. I don't know if it was on purpose or not, but I do like the hugging of the walls. All right, let's get away from these scorpions. Scorpions are dangerous. Talking to the bats, gotta love it. Make sure you step in front of doors. Just, you know, it's a free step. Step in front of the doors. All right, so this is the main issue with not bringing the thief here, and people will talk about this ad nauseum. You don't have your thief here. Thief is basically a 100% chance to run. Not basic. It's about like a 95% chance to run. Like, you know, 1 in every 20 battles, your thief may fail to run. But for the most part, your thief is going to run from things. And again, that just saves you time. If you can run away the first time, it's better than failing the run. Oh my gosh, I remember this battle now. Oh, luckily got away. I saw those mummies. I forgot the mummies had stop and glance. I saw them and I was like, oh, I remember that. I think I got, when I did the seed, I think I got ambushed by them. Now, I do like the use of exit there. That's great. Are we going to keep the black? If we're keeping the fighter or statue, like, intentionally, I'm a big fan of that. Pink Puff saying hi. What's going on? It's our resident deep dungeon or tall tower. Whatever you want to call it. It's either deep or it's tall. I don't know which one. So just kind of wandering around. So I will say, okay, so we got the canoe, right? Like, you don't, I mean, I guess softs only really appear in like 2 houses. It's not tall tower anymore. Stairs go down. Okay. There are only a few places that softs appear in shops. I think it's only 2 towns. And so I don't, and you know it has to, one of them has to be Canaria. So if you know they're here, that's fine. Definitely hop in here. We already had softs. We already had 2. So we didn't really need to pick up the softs, right? And then at that point, it's like, you got the canoe. Crescent Lake's obviously the next place we're going to go. So it's just quicker to go to Crescent Lake and check the item shop in Crescent Lake versus checking, diving back into the city. Now, we did have to pick up heal 3s, which we had money for earlier. Should have grabbed it then, but that's, again, fine. Now, heal 3 is a huge time saver. Every time you cast a heal 3, that's like basically, you menuing what? I'm trying to do the math in my head. Like 12 heals, right? So imagine how much time it takes to menu 12 heals or 3 heals per character. And you just do that once with 1 heal 3, and that's just the amount of time you save using a heal 3 versus like using using a heal 3 versus using heal potions. Life 2, nice. All right, remember when you're going into in and out of the river system, going zigzagging in and out of the rivers will save you some steps as well. So it was actually good he went to Elfland because there were no softs here. So there you go. I'm really happy that the stairs go down, that's all I'm saying, because you can't call it deep dungeon if the stairs go up. I still think it's tall tower. So again, no real reason to check the weapon shop. If anything, we already knew the silver +3 was in Canaria, and you don't need to put weapons on your mages, and you'll find better gear. Like, the mass is incentivized in these flags, so you're gonna find the mass. All right, we got a ruby. Now all we need to do is exit out of this city instead of walking. You could have, like, you could walk up the north part of the city and that would knock you out of here too, but exit would have been way quicker. There you go. All right, so we only have one place we can go to find our either canal or floater, which is Ice Cave, which is where we're heading here. Now we have warp and exit. Let's see if we get a warp and exit trick. That'd be pretty cool. We're hoping for it. So periodically, I'm going to mention Run, Thor's Hammer, Ice 2 shirt. In case, somebody pops in midway through me talking. And they're like, then I can be like, yeah, do that. Save, please. For the love of... The save was real. Luckily, the white mage survived there, which was pretty... I mean, that was big time luck. Let's see what our camping gear looks like. I know we have... Please... Okay, we got a house. Okay. We have 3 houses. I would like to have more houses than that, considering they were only like $750, and at one point we had 20 grand. All right, if this happens, you like go right into a dungeon and immediately get ambushed. Just reset. Like, there's no reason to sit through that. Just reset and go back in. Save yourself the time. Oh, wizards, please. All right, so unless we're checking for spike tails, like there's a quicker way to check that box there. And wow, something else. Oh yeah, that's right, the mummies. Ooh, these mummies are brutal. That's the last thing I'd be wanting to see on that. Oh yeah, that's a reset. Oh no, we survived. No, we're not gonna survive that. All right. Well, we learned our lesson there, checking that box. Now we're gonna leave Ice Cave. Obviously this has to be what we're looking for. I'll double check his tracker. He's got it looks like he has the nifty auto tracker going. So I'm looking at the auto tracker now. But yeah, it doesn't look like we have the canal, which I'm pretty sure the canal is here. So, and there's no loose items and there's nothing in Volcano. So you got to do it. I mean, I just think you go back in and do the warp trick and exit and don't check that box and you're good to go. You're like, everything's fine. So hopefully I'll have some time. I don't know if I'll have time. I mean, we're doing those 1.5 speed. 2 speed's a little fast. I mean, I could turn it up to 2 speed, but it's a little fast. I think I'm fine at 1.5. 2 speed, you can't see the nuances of things. So I don't know where we're going here. So we'll find out soon. Together, us the viewers, we'll find out where we're going here. But yeah, I mean, I feel like at this point we've got levels, and that was just like one dumb encounter. You can like encounter manip. I know. I should have cranked the music up to 1.5. That's why I'm listening to my own music, is so I don't have to crank the music up to 1.5, because it sounds really good. Rubes, it's good to see you. So we're back in Crescent. I guess just to grab some gear. It's fine. Video. Okay, so save the game, please. Save. All right, so so anybody that's watching, if you are if you're a new player, so far I've only seen people that know the game. So if you are new, if you're one of the ducklings and you wanted to watch this, or if you are BeachDreaming and you're actually watching this, save the game. Save your game. Good Lord, like there's like no better advice anybody can give anybody in the world of Final Fantasy Randomizer or in RPGs in general. Save your game. Like, if you like, we already know that like Caribs I think have glare. If you wipe on Caribs with glare, and then you got to do that whole town thing all over again. Oh, okay, cool. So you are at work. Okay. Yeah, you can't oversave. All right, so it looks like we're going to Volcano, maybe to grab some levels here. Kill carry, check some boxes, see what's going on here. So again, remember this dungeon's not incentivized. We know that whatever progression is has to be an ice cave. And again, what I was getting at before I got harped on this whole saving thing, save, is that the mummies and the wizards specifically were only going to be on that first floor of Ice Cave, right? And they were the scary things that we saw. We didn't see anything too scary out of the monsters that are deep in Ice Cave. So, if anything, and with warp and exit, you're really only going to be on that very first floor of Ice Cave. You know, you're not going to end up on the exit floor of Ice Cave, like, you know, the floor with the 5 chests or whatever, before you hop down the hole to get to the incentive. So with warp, you literally just need to get into the room, go around the back of the chest, hop down, use warp, check the 3 chests, hit exit, and you're out of the place. So yes, while things were scary in Ice Cave, I feel like you could have like totally you could have been fine as long as you did some, you know, soft resetting around those mummies and wizards. Yeah, and one thing that Asher always says too, and Will Bloodworth's talking about as well, Asher says, don't, like, even when you leave a dungeon, Don't take any extra steps. Literally, the first thing you do is second you walk out of the dungeon is you pop a tent down. Save the game. Because I saw it happen to Groggy Dog once. Made it through, had like one character alive. No, made it through with a grind, I think. Had a character, you know, just a solo character, took one extra step, got glanced by Geist or something stupid. And that was the end of the run and the grind for that particular person. Yeah. So we got red D's here on this fire tile. So I do remember this now from the duckling seed, because this is what I ground when I ran the seed with the black bulb. And they were quad Xable. So it looks like we are going to take this. If we picked up quad X, that'd be a quick way to kill these guys. Yeah, trance is kind of scary, but it's pretty low odds to land once you get higher in levels. And yeah, with that ice sword +5, holy moly, that's going to do some damage. I'm moving some stuff around. Interesting that we're taking the pro cape off the... I mean, there's no, like... stopping the game to save, or to do that. There's like no real reason to move that pro cape. And then, yeah, I was going to get to what Rubes is saying, too. It's actually better to take this battle near the very first box in the armory. So this big, huge room that we're in right now, on the bottom right-hand side, or the southeast side of this room, there's a solo box right next to a wall, and you can go up and down, north and south next to that, and there's this exact same spike tile, this exact same red D, and every time you step off the tile, it's a free step, so you're not moving the encounter table, so you don't have to worry about hitting any off-tile encounters. Now, I do like grinding here, especially with the ice sword. I mean, obviously we're doing monster damage. I don't like a full party grind, but I'm told, you know, this is fine. Get some levels while you're at it. The only reason why I say I don't like doing a full party grind, especially if we're relying on our fighter, is because you are missing out on spell charges you can get after promotion if we find the tail. And I want to say one of the life spells, I think life 1 was night learnable. So yeah, just things to think about. You know, take it to 14, absolutely. Take it to 14, and then, you know, see how the rest of it goes, and then, you know, because you start getting levels after promotion, or you start getting spell charges after promotion at level 15 and every odd level after that. So by the time you're level, 21, you have all 4 of your charges. And again, the higher the levels you get, the less likely you'll get more levels, right? So if we're like level 21, 23, I mean, what are the odds that you're going to get to 25? So, but luckily using the exit, getting out of there, got lots of levels. So that should be good. I mean, obviously we're going to have no issues with Carrie, I don't think. I mean, she is not resistant to ice, but ice +5 is pretty good. Oh, that's fine. That's why I've got... That's why I got the 1.5 on. So, try to get as much damage tile action as you can. It's just, you know, again, doesn't move the encounter table along. I do like going that way, though, so that's good. You don't need to fight this. No reason to fight this. Especially if you grind, there's no reason to fight anything ever. Just nothing's unrunnable. There's like zero reason to take this battle after you spent, you know, 5 minutes grinding the red D. Using the life 2 in battle, I love it. I would not have done it. I don't think to do it because it's such a new flag. And the only time I could see using it is like, you know, if you take an you know, if your black belt gets like baned through a ribbon during chaos, then yeah, the life 2 in battle is like super useful. Yeah, use the heal 3. That's what's up. Yeah, all right. Let's see how this Carrie battle goes. I don't remember this Carrie. I think she died to like 1 punch. Temper, do it. thinking about what you're doing, that's fine. Think about it. Use that harm 4. Use the harm 4. All right, so the light axe is fine. Fire 2, gonna do not a lot of stuff. 1 temper, 4 hits. Holy crap, that is a dead carry. Oh yeah, that's true too, what Rubes is saying there. Did you just... Well, at least you stepped on the orb. But did you step on the orb and use exit? Did I just, like, miss that? Unnecessary. I mean, I guess it's fine. Unnecessary use of exit. That's fine. But yeah, Rubes, triple O, old 000 here. He's the distant relative of Triple H. Rubes 000 here, helping us out, letting us know, yes, that if you using Life 2, can definitely save on heal pots and just menuing time in general. Especially in Topher. Like if you're in Topher and you're like going through stuff and your white mage is fine and you don't want to heal somebody up and you got plenty of Life 2 charges, don't heal people up. Let them die and then use Life 2 afterwards. Saves you on all the heal pots, saves you on all the menuing, blah, 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 blah. All right, so we're back here in Crescent. It's like our 3rd time. It's like this is like Caleb's Provoca here. I think we're just like kind of like thinking about what's next, right? What do we do? Just picking up some stuff. That's fine. I think it's like, oh crap! I really do have to go to Ice Cave, don't I? At least you got like 7 extra levels. Hey, you can pick up that Fade. Level 20, you should be able to use Fade. I think Fast was here, right? No, Nuke was here. That's right. I knew there was a good spell at level 6. Oh, I forgot. I should switch the music. You don't need to listen to more Final Fantasy stuff. What's on this one? Yeah, let's do this. Switching it up. More Final Fantasy stuff. Just a different game. Different Final Fantasy. Can we get a VoD review of the VoD review? Frickin' ale. Cracking me up over here. Holy smokes, thank you. All right. Oh, I guess I should watch your video. I'm like too busy, like my own world. People are dead. Those Hydras don't mess around. So again, one thing I would say, like, if there was like anything I could like possibly like drill into new runners' heads, like any new runner that's there watching this, please like save, especially on the overworld. Save as often as you can. You know, I think tents were pretty cheap here. Houses were definitely cheap. You have like 30-something houses. Drop a house like every like literally every, just however often you feel comfortable dropping houses. And then soft reset around, just to kind of manipulate your encounters around. That way you don't have to take as many overworld encounters. You can just reset around them. We know wizards are scary, so we ran away from that. That's cool. All right, so we don't have to worry about wizards or mummies anymore. Wraiths have dark. Watch out. That's scary. I'm terrified. You won't be able to see. Like, what are you going to do? Okay, why? We don't need to go back to this tile. Please don't. There's nothing in that box that's important. Hey, at least we didn't get any mummies. So that's at least good. Like we don't have to worry about... Oof, whiz mummies with lit too, though. Even as scary. You know what's cool about this music? I own this music. Actually, I don't own this music. The twins own this music. But I'm allowed to use this music. Twitch can't get mad at me. Twitch can't go all Metallica on me because I'm listening to this. All right, so we made it through the battle, but man, that was a lot that just happened there. And we got a power bonk. Sweet. Hooking it up. I think there's just a little bit of confusion of what the incentive is here. That's what I'm assuming is going on right now. Incentive's the middle box there where the floater would normally be in the vanilla game. I do like putting the power bonk on the black belt if we're gonna grind that black belt up. Checking that. Sweet. Use the warp trick. Yes. Yes. No. Warp. So anyways, if it doesn't happen, that's fine. If you are new and you're watching this, if you hop down the hole that he just hopped down, use warp. It'll take you right back up and you can check those boxes and it's fine. What's going on? Sorry. Okay. Did we get the... Sorry, my daughter came in here and was asking me questions. I assume we got the canal? Yeah, we did get the canal. All right, cool. So we got the canal. Use the exit. Woohoo! Sweet. All right, so, yeah, I mean, we could have probably, gotten a full-on solo grind with the black belt. And this is like another one of those situations where, saving. All right, so it looks like we're coming back to Crescent. So here's the deal, right? Crescent's kind of out of the way, and your ship's not even over here. And we have Life 2. We could use Life 2 there, and then continued over to Elfland. Would have been a little bit quicker. And then you could have done whatever you needed to do in Elfland. We do know houses are here, but we have like a billion houses at this point, right? These Caribs with glare are just obnoxious. So, BeachDreaming, since you're listening, you're at work, you're hanging out, you're listening and stuff. Like this, you could shave literally 15 minutes off your time, like throwing tents down and getting around these battles. That you don't necessarily have to take, or running from them and not fighting them. Especially scary stuff like Caribs. Like, you see Caribs with, like, crazy spells like Glare. Like, there is no reason to be fighting those things. All right, so we got our ship. Okay, yep, you just came from Crescent, so there's no real reason to go to another city. All right, we're just kind of moving. That boat is fast. It goes. All right, so we have the ruby, so we could go talk to Sarda if we want to. Still looking for the floater to get out of here, so we really don't have very many options to get in the air. I mean, obviously we can go to Earth Cave. We don't have the rod yet, it doesn't look like. We have basically like a 33% chance of where the floater can be. The floater can either be in Earth Cave, a rodless Earth, which no one wants to dive. You want to make sure you go down to Earth Cave with the rod if you can help it. We can go turn in the ruby, or we can go down to Ordeals. Pro rings, always pick those up if you see them, especially super cheap like that. It does not matter if they're -2 or -100. Get those pro rings. It's the only thing you're checking. So the only thing you're checking armor shops for. Chain armor for chain armor and or iron armor for your fighter, right? Pro rings and any sort of bracelets. And I think silver bracelet +2 is fine. Because sometimes the gold bracelets can roll pretty expensive, and the silver bracelet +2 is still like 19 absorb. It's fine. But the less time you spend in cities, looking in shops, looking for things, the quicker your times are going to be. Like at some point in the game, you are not checking any more shops at all. Like there's no, like you're not hopping into item shops. Once you find the vendor item, there's no reason to hop into item shops unless you need heals or camping gear. But hopefully by then you have bought all the camping gear you need. So it's a little bit quicker actually if you go into Dwarf Cave. If you're planning on checking these boxes, or not Dwarf Cave, Titan's Trove. If you're planning on checking these boxes, hey, a defense sword. It's Will Bloodworth's favorite sword. Did we just equip that on the white mage? Was that the black mage we put on? Okay. Yep. Even if the black mage can equip the defense sword, there's like no reason to put the defense sword on the black mage. You need to have it on your fighter or whoever your tank is so that they can use that ruse ability. Hey, there's your mouse immune. But yeah, the defense sword is like the opposite of the power monk in that it is invaluable in the sense that it gives you all that extra evade, and the power monk is invaluable because it gives you all that extra attack. So it's basically, yeah, it raises your evade like Ruse does, but it's infinite casts of it, and it stacks. So every time you use the defense sword in battle, it raises your evade by 80, and you cap out at what, 240. So yeah, normally I would like Earth Cave is incentivized, and I'm totally fine diving here, especially when we have a 50-50 at this point. We got the Masa out of there, so I don't hate this play. We have exit and warp, and we're right next to it. I know because I played this that this is not the right play, but I did this exact play. I went in here rodless because I turned in the ruby. So, again, don't hate the play. Now, I'm not sure why we're checking spike tiles. We already found red Ds, and they were delicious. They had less than 300 HP, and even if they had trance, we're like level 20 something. We don't need to check spike tiles if we're running a fighter comp. We already got enough levels. We got a Masa and all the levels we could possibly need, and temper, defense sword, power bonk. Like, I'm not really sweet or fine as far as levels are concerned this early on in the game. Like, Topher's going to be pretty easy. And if we need to pick up levels, we can pick up levels in places like Sky or Sea Shrine, especially with the Thor's Hammer and the Black Shirt to kill things in Sea Shrine. Like, that's where you should be taking battles. Like, these battles, yeah, run away from them. I'm glad we're finally running away from battles. All right, so we're going to get down here. I want to say this is the slab, because I remember being like, oh, womp womp. Whoops. But again, we have exit, so it's not like, we lost like maybe 2 minutes or so. And if it was the floater and you went here first, then it's like, all right, cool. Just now remembering we don't, in fact, have the rod, which is fine. Let's use some exit. Let's get out of here. Good use of exit. Please save the game. So I was hoping to get to Ego Dev. I may do Ego Dev tonight, or I can do Ego Dev tomorrow. Well, I don't know about tomorrow. My wife's getting her hair done. which means I'm on kid duty. Alright, so let's get down to ordeals, because this is the only place the floater can possibly be at this point. Or whatever leads to the floater. Map strats, let's drink! Woohoo! It's fine. So BeachDreaming, clear, like, and again, this is like all the things I'm saying is for anybody, not just BeachDreaming. Obviously, BeachDreaming's relatively new to the game, using the map strats. He can just, obviously, a duckling, new, put himself out here by asking for this VoD review. So, you know, a lot of these strategies, again, aren't as much for BeachDreaming as they are just for anybody watching that's new or that wants to pick up Final Fantasy Randomizer and wants to get quick. So not trying to beat up new people here. So in certain map edits, that's probably the confusion there. In certain map edits, we do have a dock there. That dock's not turned on with these flags. So literally the only place we can go right now is Ordeals. Or we can't go to Mirage. We can't come here. We need to go to Ordeals using that river system that's right next to Ordeals. Right, so it looks like we're going to go through here, go north. Yes, there we are. Ordeals. Now, the good thing about coming to Ordeals with the levels that we have here, coming here with the levels we have, is that we should have plenty of warp charges, so Ordeals shouldn't be an issue here. Again, I cannot stress this enough. Like, at this point, there's like, we don't need to take over world encounters. We don't even need to fight T-Rexes at this point. We're level 21. We don't, like, we're fine. These worms are not giving you any more experience that you couldn't have gotten from killing red bees in the place. Yeah, 2,000 EXP, that's not great. Using one of the houses or cabins. There we go. All right, probably looking at the map of Ordeals. Kind of hanging out. Oh, we're going to reset. Trying to figure out what we're doing here. I assume we were burning off encounters there? No? Alright. Anyways. Let's not worry about that. We're just going to keep it moving. So Ordeals is like... I always have like my own way that I go through Ordeals every time. I'm sure every player does. Like they go through the same pillars in the same order every single time. So right there, that was the wrong pillar, clearly, because it took you back to the beginning. And you can use Warp, the spell Warp that we picked up, I think, level 4. And it will take you back to the previous pillar that you went into. And it's just a quick way to get through Ordeals here. There we go. We made it through Ordeals without having to use Warp, so that's fine. Life is good. Oh yeah, Mute City. This is pretty good. We're going to do some Big Blue here, too. Just a little bit. I can go on ahead, probably today, we can unveil first sneak peek at the upcoming Twinstrumental song medley that we have going on. Yeah, that head roll right there is like my feeling every time I get like a dumb fetch quest out of ordeals. I'm like, oh, come on. All right, anyway, save the game, please, for the love of God, save. Also, like, we didn't need to go through the you didn't need to go through that spike tile. You got to exit. You could have used exit to get out of there quicker. Would have been a good use of exit here. So it's actually quicker. Like, there's no way to get to Dwarf Cave going south from there, from the northern continent to south. So we're gonna have to go all the way around this weird area, this continent, the Melman continent. Trying to figure out where Dwarf Cave is. Let's see if we use the river system to dock. Yes. Oh. Okay, so see all that river system that's just south of there? If you can use that to dock the ship, and it's significantly quicker than docking the ship dock. Okay, so that's done. I'm going to switch the music up again because I didn't realize that was that whole album. That was quick. That was a quick one. Pretty sure the adamant here leads to the floater. Pretty sure, and it's in its own weird way.
Incoming transmission from Scrooge McDuck. From the moon.
Yeah, it was the herb. The old herb. Talk to the doctor first. You gotta give the doctor the herb, and then the doctor gives the herb to the prince, and then boom, you get a floater. Yeah, we're jamming out to DuckTales while we play Final Fantasy. Yeah, that makes sense, right? Yeah, we're doing Duckling hype stuff, so you gotta listen to DuckTales. I was trying to talk to the twins into doing other songs from this game because like the entire soundtrack's incredible, but we got the moon. So what do you want? All right, so yeah, let's go down south here so we can finally get in the air. And then at this point, we just have slab and bottle, waterfall, sea and sky. So we still have 5 incentives, and it looks like the key was for sale, which we didn't have the money for. We still got to get the key out of Provoca. And we need the loot, the rod, the ox shell, and the cube. So we got a lot of stuff to get to go mode here. All right, so we have not translated the slab yet. We got to remember to do that before we even try to go to the Lefanish. But we do remember the key was here, so that's really awesome. I would have forgot the key was there like the second I saw it. Like I would have seen the key and I would have just been like, yeah, I don't remember that. Like done. Just no memory of the key. All right, we'll do this. Did we go get the key? Okay, we did get the key. Okay, good. So yeah, now and I forgot Key Like Canary was the thing. So we still got quite a few. I think this is the ribbon. If I remember correctly. Hey, XP inboxes. Like we need any more levels. Yeah, it's the loot. That's great. That's go mode. That's all the go mode right there. No, we still need the rod, the ox shell, and the cube. Luckily, the ox shell and the cube are blocking their own incentive items. So there's really only a few places we can go to at this point. First off, we need to translate the slab and turn in the bottle and do all of that jazz. We don't have the Oxio yet, so conventional wisdom says you don't want to double dive this area here that we're at. So it's always best to come here after you have the Oxio, if possible. Obviously, there are times where maybe that's not quite possible, but yeah. And based on the magic you have, like, what do we have? Life 2, Cure 4, Heal 3, Temper, Nuke, Fade, Fast. I mean, Warp. I mean, you literally have every spell you could ever want, right? So you don't really need to check that level 7 spells in that city. That was kind of the thing I was getting at there. Nuts. All right. I, unfortunately, don't know how to manage my time. So I'm going to actually have to call this right now because something just came up. So I will have to finish this VoD review another time. So I really appreciate everybody for hanging out and watching, but I do have to get out of here. You guys have an awesome night. We'll see you around.